Although this landscape looks quite wild, this is farmed. Although food is not the number one production of this landscape, it provides other services to our society, for example along water retention and filtration, a place for us to spend our free time, or a terrific reservoir of fauna and flora. But this complex set of service is only the result of a slow coevolution between us, the humans, and the environment along centuries of history. If we look at the sheep at the left of this picture, this sheep has been selected generation after generation of farmers to be suited to the mountain, to be able to graze the mountain through winter, through all kind of weather, for the tough conditions that can be encountered on those slopes. And in turns, the sheep grazes in places at certain time, therefore shaping the mountain. And if the sheep is not able to survive, there is a selection of it by the mountain condition. And in turn, there is a selection of the farmers, depending on what he is able to sell and make a living from. We, as a society, are also important because we have a set of expectations that we show through the markets, what we're ready to pay for goods, or by the subsidies we're ready to pay to the farmers. The problem is, our expectations change quite quickly, while those links between the environment, the animals, and us take centuries to create. And right now we are at a time of crisis where many things are coming one after another, changing all the environment around farming and around those landscapes. Be it Brexit, be it COVID or Ukraine crisis, we had changes in policies or markets. To answer the question of trying to see what's going to happen next, I took a case study approach to understand locally this complex link by walking, reading, exploring and talking. And what I noticed is that by having a mosaic, by having things together next to one another, we could have a greater provision of services than when we're splitting them up. For example, when we are having the food production on one part of the landscape, rewilding on another. And in that case, we would, for example, have losses in terms of biodiversity or a lack of access for the people by compartmentalizing the landscape. There's a number of things that we can do to avoid this. Among the signs, we could work on the time frame at which this ecosystem works, on the long term, by monitoring when we're planning, when we're thinking about it. Secondly, we need to take a complex approach, multi-sided approach to fit this difficult and complex landscape. We need to design local solutions with local people in order to have good solutions for these specific places. Thank you.